Alright, in my last video, I showed you how to get the rod that goes between the modules, the RF module, the IF, the two IF modules, and then the mixer, let's see, RF, mixer, local oscillator. You take the rod out, and then you got to undo bolts from this side. Now, there's a trick to this, as there always is. Now, this can, I took all the bolts out just because I didn't know where these, if the bolts that hold the modules would be inside here or outside. Now, I found that you don't have to take all the little screws off here, but this side unit here, see this, let's see, make sure it's in the frame. There's a side shell that's separate. See, it's separate. Let me take that bolt. There's a big bolt on the corner besides the little ones. The big bolt is one of the first that goes in the module. That would be the RF module. So you have 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4 that hold the RF module in. And you also have to unsolder a wire that comes up through the chassis to the tuning capacitor. But you have to remove this guy. You don't have to remove the other screws. See, I had to do it because I didn't know which ones it would be used. But the first module is held on with 4 bolts. All right? That's all I'm going to show you. Now, are there other bolts between the other units? Are they bolted to each other? That's what you're going to have to find out. I got another. Oh, I can't believe that. You go to grab something, and it goes the wrong way. It goes into a hole. All right. This radio, like I told you, it's just terribly designed for repairing. I won't say it's a terrible radio for reception. Back in World War II, it's the basic RCA circuit, but it's the way they approached it. The Navy went and did theirs totally different. And they have a giant power supply to run 2 of these. And it's really clunky looking. Now, this unit itself looks good, but you got to remember, it doesn't have a power supply. Once you add the power supply to it, it loses some of its luster. Unless you figure a way to put one inside. But I just wanted to show you, this is the bottom of the radio right now. Oh, wait, let's take that back. This is the top of the radio. I've had it upside down for so long. So you don't have to take, let me see if it's in the frame. Yeah, you don't have to take all these little ones off. I thought maybe some of the bolts for the modules would be in here. And I can't figure out how to get this off. Something's hitting it. I'm starting to lose patience. But in other words, the bolts that I need is one here, one here, one here, and one here. And then the connection to the, this is the tuning capacitor. It's 4-section. And you have to undo the bolt, undo the wire that's soldered. And maybe this one over here also. I seem to see this one moving. And it'd be funny if it's, oh, I see, it goes to the antenna connection. Okay. You know, as I'm flexing the module underneath, after I loosened some of these bolts, I got an idea what was going on. But you do have to remove this, or you can't get 2 of the bolts. 2 of the bolts for each module, whatever. But that's what I think. The idea of this video is for someone that's going to actually try to repair one of these, and I'm showing you what I ran into, and I thought I was done. I really did, until I went to move the antenna trimmer. I think that's what they call it, whatever they call it. Antenna tune, antenna align, antenna compensation. Yeah, let's come up with a whole new name. But Navy stuff's different than Army. The words they use are different. But it's still basically the same circuit. And then for some reason, they decided to put a lot of different value capacitors in oil on this radio. So you got to watch every one of these. Here they are over here. Normally you see these from the bottom. But these are oil-filled paper capacitors. And each one of these has two different values in it. And there is one in the radio that there's three of 3.1s, but the other one's got like 1.1 and 1.5. And my capacitors that I ordered over a week ago, they came today. It's amazing. I just, like I said, that's one of the reasons I don't want to work on this kind of hobby, because every time I go to order something, it's over a week. It gets lost. I have to contact them. This time it was in pending for a week. And I mentioned to my neighbor, and they said that they ordered some flooring to redo a room in the house. And they were tracking it, and all of a sudden it just disappeared. They told them, no, it's going to come in a couple days. It never came. So I'm not the only one suffering through this. But that's just the way the world's working. But this thing's got a crap load of screws. And my goal today is to get that module out, opened up, and check that 100 picofarad capacitor. That's what I think's bad. But having that module out, I can run some tests and figure out what I missed. There's only 4 parts involved in the antenna compensation. But I'm missing it. I'm totally missing it. I don't know. At this point, I'm reading the thing that says U.S. Navy on this thing. Pretty funny. And there is a count. This thing is eye candy if you don't actually have to fix it. There's got some really nice gears. Let's see if this is in the frame. Yeah, there's some nice gears in this. And this is a split gear. A split gear is two halves, and then it's got springs on it that work against each other. So when this meets up with another gear, there is no backlash. It's slick. I mean, they did a good job on some of the stuff in this, but it definitely wasn't made to be repaired. I think that's it. All right, that's it for now.